Seabee. Heather, you can go share your game. We're going into the game, guys. It will be the first match of the evening. It is Argonautes versus Slavs on White Oak Fort. Bands are Falconetti Gunners and Chevaliers. I'm gonna move away the predictions. You've been voting more than enough, and we're gonna go into the game. Let's talk about the units and the hero class picks, guys, as we go into it.
I might have broken something by having to stop the stream and then thinking again.
No, it's all good. Still good. Yeah, you're all good.
Okay, so looking at units, we was talking a lot about this double purple and gold, and then whether it's going to be double gold. The plan behind that, for what I can see right now, is kind of a mix on both teams of these double gold and then gold and double purple, shall we say.
Right.
I expect normally the EU two side to get a little bit less on the leadership, so I'm expecting more of those triple purples. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of those double purples and gold, but you see a few interesting things, especially on the EU1 side, with those all the not the green, but the blue units coming out here that you don't necessarily expect to see as often.
Absolutely,
And
I want to add to that actually with you.
Yeah, go for it.
Which is the alchemist, right? Like, how popular have they become recently?
Yeah, no, they're definitely a disruptive unit, as well as they can definitely support some fights. Interesting to see on the EU2 side, a lot of cataphracts, whereas not so many on the EU1.
Right, I see.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. And it also makes sense if you think about it, right? Once the defenders start to lose a fight inside the city, one way to quickly clean it up is, of course, coming in with the cav and just wreak some havoc inside the city. So that might be like the second line of defense that Slavs is already calculating for.
So we're starting on this artillery phase at the start of the game. I want to see how blue handle these right side culverins. These right side cannons. So that.
Oh, hang on! Look on the far left. Look on the far left.
Yeah, here we
see
go.
if the defenders jumping down already. Yep. Right,
without Falcos, without these cannons, you do not get this breach down.
Yep, I'm gonna split our camera, guys. I'm gonna follow the far right, and you guys can focus on the left. So go ahead.
They're definitely pushing in on these cannons. As you were.
Oh no, go ahead. Like, I was about to say exactly what you was about to say.
Yeah, they're looking to seem to take out all the cannons here. They're not exactly letting them keep any of them up, and they seem to be rather successful as they're doing it over on the left side. And I don't necessarily know, did they make it out alive with those with a lot of stuff?
No, so I think they picked up mainly some crappy units, some great units, trying to delay the tower a little bit. But they also picked up 1, 2, 3, 4 arty placements, 5 arty placements, sorry, which is all of this right side, left side. So you just do not get this breach down unless Argonauts actually get some trebuchets onto that area.
Yeah, exactly right. In the meantime, the right breach has been destroyed. We can also see the right and left tower approaching the walls. There was also dual blade from Slavs trying to delay the battering ram, which is still not being pushed entirely. So we're gonna have to wait and see how Slavs will be able to approach this map.
Very nearly down as well.
Absolutely. I want to actually add there as well, which is that the battering ram on this map is a strategic position that we should definitely be looking out for the first few minutes. Some teams can kind of turtle in this gatehouse and disrupt that ram from ever reaching, so they've not got that easy way into A with all of their respawners, in fairness. So that'll be a big focal point in both teams, kind of trying to defend on this, and you'll see like the RT usage against this. Does look like it's not going to go down though, unless they are going to commit for it.
No, they do have an interesting push going up here on the top side. On the right side here, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another 10th player down over on the right side coming up, and then 3 just posturing a little bit here on gate. They did not break the gate here, actually. interestingly enough. So they are able to shut the gate going forward if they can reestablish that.
Look at this right
Interesting
side.
enough.
Yeah, look at this left side tower destruction. Delaying one of the towers does force them to use one side of the map, even though they can use the gatehouse. But I don't like how they are. In fairness, I don't like how Argonauts are kind of proceeding with this. They got some early wall control, but they haven't done anything off of that. With CBR, you can use these lives to kind of break anything that might be in this corner, and a 15 hero push would have been better, in my opinion, here to kind of kill some of these units. Especially on
Yeah.
this map too.
Argonautes
reduce
are
those
moving
numbers.
into the right side through the breach, getting the supply for free.
Speaking of a 15 hero push,
Yes.
very little reaction from the blue team here. Though I do think they're rotating back. You do see what is this Lufa over here on the backside. They're bringing cataphracts around, looking to sort of get a opportunity here on the left side, looking for that right side.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yep. All right, Heather, you stick with the red team. I'm gonna stick with the blue team, and we're gonna see what's going to happen here.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that I have seen commonly in the scrims that I have watched is that teams don't really necessarily go for this right side supply as a defense standpoint. You're normally just allowed to have this because of the big openness and the kind of sharp corners that are included in this map. So I wasn't expecting them to even put posture of defense here. It does allow a respawn though, because they have denied the ram. If heroes get out, so they can come and bring those cab units behind. But it is a little bit further than theirs. They're going to push round to home, by the way. So they're going to go round and then they're going to try for this back supply, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, they might catch out some cataphracts. Oh no, this has been moved out really quickly.
Yeah, we'll be...
No, yeah.
Right, we can see in the units that both teams have Shenji and Flamers, and also one Sigalian. Slavs have another specialist unit with the Alchemist, and then it's only similar units with All-Star units for the Bradshaw, Shields, also the Modal, of course, the Ferangian, and the Shield Maidens.
Oh, absolutely. So we've got some cataphracts in spawn. That is the invulnerability, and that is that back charge that is being now left out as an option for Slavs. But it is a slow movement. It is a slow blob that we did predict from the Argonaut side. Pushing down to this back supply where hopefully we see an engage some point soon. Still no battering ram, by the way. Still no battering ram pushed. That is one thing I do want to add.
You
Yeah,
have
good
one of
call
the
out.
Argonauts going back to the supply on the right side.
And this is interesting, right? The attacker and the defenders are now flipped. You can see the traps, they will be landing on the back of the defenders. So they're going to have a harder time to follow the traps flying in.
Absolutely. They've done their research as well. They are covering all of these back flanks from Slavs. So they've got these F3 Fortes and the F1 Fortes in the back street. So they have done their research and, you know, they're not opening themselves up for these weird counter charges that can absolutely wipe your team. Just puts you in a really bad position. But right now I don't see any hesitation from Slavs at the moment.
Yeah, teams are slowly starting to engage each other. They're still feeling each other out, making sure they got all the angles covered.
They're posturing on that supply point here. We do see those cache eggs around the backside, around A point, currently. And Argonauts seem to be making a move around the their right side, Slav's left side of the point here. And it looks like we're going in for the engagement here.
This is going to be a great
not
fight.
set up. Those
No,
40s
they
are
wasn't
not
put
set
it,
up on the backside.
No, so they have got the pincer. It's now it's all about execution. It's winning those hero fights. It's winning those unit v unit fights, and it looks like from my feed that it is going down in favor of Argonauts. Slavs though are picking up on some of these hero kills though.
And they just barely don't close out that supply point capture. Just barely. We do see a lot of the heroes on the Slav side surviving for at least right now, though it seems they've lost all of their units. They're not exactly having a good time in this engagement.
But it is first death, so first death time is all really, really low. So are they going to pull back to home once they've lost this? Or are they going to bring in that slow stream of units to kind of bring this up? Because Argonauts have got only units of Rangians from what I can see here, and a few jabs.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Alright, the Argonautes is finally starting to cap the A point here. After winning the fight, they got the supply, and now the question is, can Slabs make it out back on time? They're respawning right now at the base camp. Argonauts are gonna have to move in to intercept those respawns.
Actually, I think they've overcommitted here on Slav sides. They aren't going to get this massive cav charge from the back, but Argonauts have slowly got their units trickling in from supply now. But they haven't got their respawn zone, so they're going to keep it. They're going to take 8, by the way, boys and girls.
Yep, it is captured right there. We can see it. Argonauts guys taking it back to the fight then.
Well, Argonauts taking that disadvantage fight on that backside, so now it's Slavs trying to push on to the supply to deny them. I don't like this from Slavs. I think that, you have to kind of fight in the streets, and they're in a big open area for those trebs, especially on this big major street here.
It's definitely breaking down into a little bit of a slog here in the middle, slowing down a lot of the momentum. But we do get a pretty good cav charge directly in the middle, good hussar charge.
Yeah, look at this. This is Dentrax going to the final. I mean, they're all focused on supply, but final is open right now. Someone interrupting the cap though. But the fight is of course still going on the supply point.
And if Argonauts are slow here, if they're patient, they use the heal advantage on the supply. They use that close quarters, so they can't get massively wiped by that cap. This is an advantageous fight for Argonauts to take and to defend from, in fairness. So their units are going to come through the gate now. It's already open, so they have got that slow respawn coming in, and it just.
And we're seeing a great cata charge here, actually, on the supply point. So we're not getting so many of them through.
Yeah, so it just looks like it's that kind of cover commander that wiped up some of those Shenjus. I did see those Shenjus on here.
And on the backside
another
here,
cav, yep.
another cav charge from the Argonauts.
Yeah, that's Malabreak's cav that's flying in there in the backside. Combined with the trebuchet, this might do a lot of damage here as teams are still fighting over that supply. Slavs has taken back the right supply, but another cav coming in from Drows as well. Slavs are being pushed back here.
Absolutely, I think that was Slav's plan, right? Actually, to delay that amount of units, but from what I'm seeing on the units, it's super close. A lot more grey units coming out for the from the side of Slavs, actually, in the post screen. So we'll see kind of what units people have got left after that absolute slug for this supply. Jeez.
Absolutely. Slavs are ready with Modao, Fortebraccio, and 2 Imp Shields at the base camp, so Argonauts are going to have to take their time and set up again. They got 6 minutes on the clock, but a lot of units died. I'm not even sure how many specialists died here, or how much cav, because there was a lot of fighting there.
Absolutely, and I think both teams can think positively. They did some positive things. So now it's on Slavs on how are you going to defend this. And also on Argonauts, on how are you going to break down that circular defense that you've got on this map? Are you going to try and bring them away? And one key thing I do want to see from Argonaut side is what they're going to do with this back supply. So are they going to block it? If not, are they just going to try and, do that slog and try and win those hero fights that they've been doing all game? Well,
it does seem like both teams have used up quite a few of their resources here. They're looking probably to hold here with everything they have. Not a lot of them have anything else remaining after this. So it'll be interesting to see where they push from on White Elk.
Absolutely. And just looking through these units, actually, it's Argonauts. Oh, hang on, we're going to go into the engage. Yep, so we're going to get this big engage in here. Get those shields sorted. We'll just have to watch this 15v15. I love 15v15 fights. All the smoke from the alchemists. Can they push over this though with the forte and the shield setup?
Pike advancing. Cap is coming in from the back with Argonauts. It's still being stopped for now.
Actually, the cataphract charge coming in from behind. That's going to get a lot of units, but it has got a house. Oh my god, they're absolutely wiping here. So they lost on both fronts. So on this back area from the supply and also from the main gate. So in fact, actually really well played.
Very well played. Just sort of out hero played on a lot of these situations, I find. just letting them get past a lot of the time, unfortunately.
Absolutely, and being patient. It's all about patience. So Argonauts didn't rush. They didn't see, open units and kind of push for them, like I would probably done. And they've just been really critical on the way that they've been fighting. They've got a good block on this back support. They have got the block on supply as well, so no more units coming in for that. So this is just a really, really nice clinical game from Argonauts. Really well played, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Argonautes taking the first win here, and that's going to be a head scratcher for Slavs. They tilted last week in their game too, so we're going to have to find out how they come back in this game too now. But let's take a look at the player stats first. Wolf Silent, the team captain that we just talked with, he's taking the MVP here, 0, 1, 23 assists. That's insane. 108 unit kills, followed by Mother Brick. We saw him with the Cataphracts flying in many times. 4 hero kills, 1 death, 12 assists, and 108 or 159 unit kills as well. On the other side, we got Lixu with 102 unit kills and RGI Josek with 123 unit kills, trying to hold the defense for Slavs. I'll have you quickly go over all the heroes if you want, Heather, and move to the battle stats.
So one big standout for me is Droush. 11 hero kills, 1 death, 5 assists, and 68 unit kills. That is an insane score to bring into the game. Su Liang actually playing really, really well with those back cab charges that Zachary was talking about. And actually getting a lot of value for that. Someone else from me in regards to the Slav side was actually Floofy and Arduez. You saw them in every fight. Not necessarily winning their engagements, but you saw them fighting for that front line. So big credit to them two boys as well.